All right, guys, welcome to a Real Man's NBA Mock Draft, the 2024 edition. This is actually the only edition. You might notice when you do this draft, you might hit a second phase of puberty. You may experience your voice get a little deeper. You may actually attract some females. I don't know. There's plenty of reasons to do this draft, especially if you want to be a real man. All right, here's how this works. Okay, there's scoring in this draft. There's 2 choices per pick. First choice is 10 points. Second choice correct is 5 points. Okay, instead of giving you all 9 different versions of your mock draft, you don't have a 2.0 version. In the Real Man's mock draft, you get one opportunity to get this thing right. Okay, I'll give you 2 choices, but there's no multiple versions of this draft. Here's your grading scale. If you get an F, you're probably listening to CBS Sports way too much. If a trade happens, you get an opportunity to get double points here. Okay, you get 4 choices. That means that you get the 2 choices from the original team that it could have been, and then you get 2 choices from the team that traded into that pick. And if one of those choices is correct, you're going to get the double points. That's how that works. All right, let's kick this thing off. Atlanta doesn't know even what Atlanta wants to do. Atlanta might actually just re-sign Landry Fields and bring him out of the front office. Okay, here's what I have them doing. First choice, Zaccharie Risacher. Second choice, Alex Sarr. Okay, I think that the thought process here needs to be, what player is going to give you the safer floor, and which player do you feel like you can't get that talent later in the draft? I think the choice is Risacher. Sarr, you can get an athletic rim blocking, court running, versatile center. There's plenty of those that are coming about. Risacher has a chance to be just a pure scorer, a mismatch, a positional nightmare, or he could just be Nick Batum. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, the Wizards, again, another terrible team. It's why they're picking it too. The Wizards, they need a lot of help. Basically, I got them doing the inverse of what the Hawks do. Okay, if the Hawks take Risacher, which I think they should, the Wizards should take Alex Sarr. He's not a bum. It's just that his floor, to me, is or his upside's not as good as Risacher. The Wizards need him, though. Let me tell you who they have at center right now. Marvin Bagley Jr. Okay, enough said. Let's move on. The Rockets, this is a big-time trade pick. There's a lot of teams talking about trading into this. I think that they need to just go ahead and select this splash brother. His name is Reed Shephard. This guy's legit. He can hit threes. He can make plays. He's pesky. He plays defense. He's a little undersized, but that hasn't stopped other guards in the past. I think Reed Shephard should be the pick either for the Rockets if they stay or if someone trades up. There's a lot of talk about this guy Clingan. I like Clingan, but do I think you should trade up to 3 to go get him? I don't think so. Let's move on. Okay, the Spurs. Here's the game plan for the Spurs for the next 10, 20 years. Surround Wemby with people who give him the ball. Okay? Stephon Castle should be the pick here. That's an easy one. Stephon Castle sees himself as a point guard. That's a big 6'6" point guard. If that's really what he is, beautiful. But Stephon Castle can cut back door, catch lobs, play defense, lock you up. If he gets any offensive game, he's someone who Wemby can give the ball to, and he can be efficient with it. Or they just go ahead and take Reed Shephard. That would be a smart pick. All right, let's move on here. The Detroit Pistons, wow, they're bad. Okay, let's keep going. We'll just zoom through this. I think they take this guy, Buzelis, okay? I really think they should take Dalton Knecht, but honestly, I think they take Buzelis. Monty Williams is going to build this thing from a defensive standpoint. Buzelis will be that athletic 4. He can go ahead and run the break. His offense comes along. You get a pop. He can slide over to the 3. He just gives you some lineup versatility. He's young. Upside. Honestly, they need to take the alpha. Dalton Knecht will flush on you. Look at that picture. He's yamming on that guy. Okay? And let me tell you what. He will splash from distance on you as well. Dalton Knecht is the pick they really need to take. But I think Detroit's going to do Detroit things and take Buzelis. All right, the Hornets. The Hornets, here's a pick that not a lot of people are making. You're not going to see this on CBS Sports. This is why you got to come to the real man's mock draft, okay? I actually watch film. I actually do my homework. Okay, Ron Holland, this guy's legit. I don't know if the Hornets are going to take him, but it's why the Hornets are picking 6 again, okay? The Hornets need some size and some athleticism at that forward spot. Not really so much the small forward. They need some help in the power forward department. Grant Williams is just undersized. Holland is uber aggressive. He's athletic. He'll beat his man off the dribble. He's a good shooter, spot up especially. He would be an awesome complement to the Hornets. Second choice, Buzelis, for all the reasons I said about Holland and Detroit. All right, moving on. Portland, this pick could get traded. If they trade it, they're probably going up to 3. Let's just look at here's what they need. I don't know if they're actually going to get Knecht, but Knecht is just going to flush all over people. He's an offensive dynamite. This guy is tailor-made to just get buckets. And Portland could really use that at the small forward spot. Right now they have Matisse Thybulle. They're going to make moves. Don't get it twisted. Portland's trading somebody somewhere at some point, and you just need ballers. Okay, the second choice, if they do trade up, a lot of people think they take Clingan. I think they take Reed Shephard. You don't know what you have in Scoot Henderson. You're going to have to go ahead and get some insurance, especially Malcolm Brogdon leaving, and you don't know what's happening with Simons. You need to take best player available here. You don't have the luxury of just playing around with this. All right, moving on. San Antonio, we're back to you. Okay, here's what needs to happen. Again, you need to get Wemby the ball. You don't need players who take the ball from him. Cody Williams is that guy. He'll play defense. He'll lock you up. He'll run the break. He has some offensive upside. Wemby can pass him the ball, or he can pass Wemby the ball. That would be beautiful. Dalton Knecht. Now, he would take the ball from Wemby, but you want Dalton Knecht to take the ball. And maybe not that much, but this is what he does. Again, it's why I chose the picture that you're looking at. All right, number 9, talking about the Grizzlies. Okay, here's the Grizzlies. They need to go ahead and take this guy Clingan. If Clingan falls, you select him. Okay, Clingan's going to give you that lineup flexibility. Jaren Jackson Jr. can slide over, play the 4. He's a good three-point shooter. It gives you floor spacing. It gives you rim protection. That's not all based on Jaren Jackson. This would be a dominant pick. The Grizzlies would be scary to have this type of just trade on their team. If he's not there, if Ron Holland's not there because the Hornets whiffed on that pick, they need to go ahead and get Ron Holland because right now their power forward's Brandon Clark. That's not good enough. Okay, let's keep going. All right, the Jazz. The Jazz are absolutely terrible. They don't even know who they are. They have Colin Sexton and Clark, Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen, John Collins. They just have, this is the island of misfit toys here. Okay, so guess what you do? You take the best player available. That player is going to be Rob Dillingham. Okay, Utah also, side note, they could trade this pick. There's rumors they could be going all in here and trying to just acquire just a veteran. But I think you take Dillingham. He is the best player available. Or you go ahead and take Cody Williams if the Spurs don't grab him. Okay, again, you need a small forward. You have no small forward on your books. You need someone with upside. You need to build. Utah, don't blow this. All right, Chicago, it's likely that you do blow this pick, and that's okay. That'd be a very Chicago Bulls thing to do. All right, first choice, I'm going to have you going project mode, okay? Tidjuane Salaud. He's from France. This guy is either going to be the steal of the draft or he's going to be an absolute bust, and I told you so. I don't know which one he is. He looks like a lanky Giannis when you watch film. He has the traits. He's kind of athletic, but he's just soft. And several times you watch him go up for a dunk like he's going to yam it on someone, and he just throws it up just soft-like. He's a project, and the Bulls need to go into project mode, okay? I think the Bulls, they don't know if they're a project, but they need to just admit the fact that they suck, and they need to acquire some cap. They need to trade some players, and they need to be bad, okay? If they don't recognize that, they need to go ahead and take Dalton Knecht. He's the alpha, okay? This guy is going to get you some offense. I'm not worried about his defense. DeMar is gone. DeMar's not coming back. Let's be honest, okay? So you need some offense. You need just some ballers. You need someone not named Zach LaVine as your best player. All right, moving on. The Thunder. I got a quick little surprise for you, Thunder. Watch this. Zach Edey. That's the pick you need to take, okay? This guy is worthy of the pick at 12. He fits you like a glove, Okay, here's the thing. Chet Holmgren, his frame's not big enough. He plays hard. He's strong. He's probably surprisingly stronger for his frame, but Derek Lively will go in on him, okay? Chet can play the 4. Zach Edey will give you that lineup flexibility. I'm not saying Zach Edey's your starter. What I am saying is that when you run up against a team that you need to have just some different lineups, this gives you that advantage. So I would say Edey's the backup to Holmgren, and then in certain circumstances and matchups, you can slot him over at the 5, and you can just move the players down. Jaylon Williams is more than capable of playing that 3 spot. This would be a beautiful, beautiful pick. Really would. Second choice, they need someone next to Shy. They need some athleticism. This guy is just kind of do it all. That should be I'll talk more about him in the future. Okay, let's keep going. All right, Sacramento Kings. Let me just sum up their roster with one word: non-athletic. Okay, minus De'Aaron Fox. They don't have athletes. Okay, so guess who I have them taking? Devin Carter, the guy who broke the records for athleticism in the combine. Okay, this guy would be an awesome running mate next to Fox. He doesn't need the ball. He could take the ball. He's going to defend. He's going to block shots. He's going to catch lobs. He's going to hit threes. He can help you out here. You need some of that uber athleticism. Okay, second choice. If they make this pick and they take Topic, okay, he's probably not going to play for his whole rookie year. He tore his ACL, but he was valued to go as high as number 4, possibly number 2 at some points. And this pick would be saying, hey, we're preparing for life after De'Aaron Fox. And they could be thinking that. All right, keep going. Portland, we see you again. All right, let's get into this because this pick could get traded. So I think Portland would be good to take Jared McCain, or I think whoever would trade into this should take him. Okay, Jared McCain is a really good basketball player, but he's really terrible with painting his fingernails. Okay, so we need to take that into consideration. I bet he's getting asked about that from NBA GMs because that's weird. But he will give you 3-point shooting. He'll probably be a good backup point guard for you. And eventually maybe can blossom into something in a starting lineup, just depending. So let's keep going. Second choice, Daron Holmes. I think Daron Holmes could be really good, really special. I think that he would help them with DeAndre Ayton. He can hit the 3, he can post you up, he can block shots, he can do a lot of good things. This guy's underrated. All right, moving on. All right, we got the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat here, they're old. Okay, you got Jimmy Butler, you have Kevin Love, you have Terry Rozier. These guys are on the decline of their careers. Okay, so you don't need to play around and try to keep this thing going here. You need to hit the full rebuild button. Here's what I think they need to do. You need to stop the slide of Nikola Topic. I think he's going to slide the same way MPJ slided. But this is a player who will probably be out his rookie season. He's not going to need to play right away. That fits right into the Heat because they need to hit the rebuild button. They need to take a season off, get some nice draft picks, deconstruct their roster while preparing someone with high upside. Could be a total steal, and they need help at the point guard spot. So I like this pick for the Heat. I think it would be really good for them. If they don't go that route, I think Tristian Da Silva would be awesome. He's a forward. He's a little older. He'll splash in your face. He'll lock you up. He'll do a whole bunch of things. He just fits the mold. Okay, moving on. The Sixers. The Sixers are wild because they only have 4 players on their rosters right now. They have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul Reed, and Ricky Council, which is wild. Okay, the Sixers, they're probably going to trade this pick, just to be honest. But if they keep this pick, or if someone trades into it, here's what I think. I think Jacoby Walter would be the guy. Okay, Jacoby Walter is a catch and shoot player right now. He doesn't have an off the dribble game. His defense has upside, but it's not currently there yet. This would be an upside play here. Okay. Second choice, Isaiah Collier. He plays the way that picture looks. He's really physical. He's going to get downhill. He'll make plays. There is some shot creation upside that could blossom in his game, but it's not there yet. All right, moving on. All right, the Lakers. The Lakers, again, another old team, another win-now team, another team that may probably trade this pick because simply they need help now. If they keep the pick, I think Tristian Da Silva is the guy they take. Just like I said for the Sixers, he's a do-it-all guy. He can come in. He doesn't need the ball. Okay, when you're on a team with stars, you need players who either don't need the ball or when they get the ball, they're efficient with the ball. If they don't take him, then I would say Isaiah Collier. Again, I really don't think he fits on the Lakers. I just think someone's going to trade up and take him, so I'm going to get the points here. All right, the Orlando Magic, this is the best team in the league. The Magic, here's what we need. We need playmaking. We need shooting. We need a point guard, okay? Someone to set up the offense, someone to space the floor. We need bench scoring. So there's quite a bit of things we need. I think you take this guy, Jaylon Tyson. This guy's legit. This guy's going to be a baller. This guy, I think, has potential to be a star. One of the guys that we say, how did he fall to this far in the draft? Tyson is 6'7". He's a ball handler. He'll splash in your face. He'll score on 3 levels. Crafty around the rim. Defense is not a concern to me. You can see that he was just so used at Cal. This guy can come off the bench. He can space the floor. He could be that big point guard. And his footwork is just nice. All right. Second choice here would be Bub Carrington, okay? This guy, 6'5", silky smooth scorer. He's nice. He's going to get you buckets. He's a big point guard. He has some two-man game action he can run for you, but overall, this guy's getting you buckets, okay? The Raptors are weird, okay? The Raptors just have a weird roster. I'm going to just be honest. They need a center. Let me just skip all the hoopla here, okay? Daron Holmes is one of the most underrated centers in this draft. I'm telling you, when you look back at this draft, this guy's nice. He's slightly undersized for center, but he has all the qualities to flourish, okay? He's a defender and an offensive spacer. Just take him. Don't think about it too hard. Just take him. If you don't take him, then take this guy, Missy. Okay, he is from Baylor. He's a soccer player. You could see that he is taller than Daron, slightly. He's athletic. He's raw. He fouls a lot. He'll jump out of the gym. He'll block you. He'll pack you into the ground. He'll throw it down on you. And there's so much upside with just his offensive feel, but it's not there yet. Okay, so either one, Toronto, just take him. All right, Cleveland, you're wild. You're actually going to keep Garland and Mitchell. You just need lineup flexibility, okay? The Mobley-Allen thing, that's kind of weird, okay? So I have you taking Kyle Filipowski. Kyle Filipowski, he's going to give you just a different type of player than Jared Allen. And Evan Mobley, this guy can shoot. This guy can run the break. He's 7 foot. He's kind of like athletic. He's positionally has some stuff. I'm going to admit he's a little soft, but on Cleveland he'll fit because he's surrounded by that Mobley, that Jared Allen, just kind of some more rugged defenders. Second choice, you just need some scoring. Stop putting Mitchell and Garland in the lineups at all times. Just let him sit. Let him hang out. Put in this guy. He is a baller. He will get you buckets off the bench and take the pressure off your stars. It's kind of like taking care of a nice car. You don't want to put too much mileage on it. You want to be able to take it out and let someone else do the work. All right, New Orleans. Let's talk about what you're doing. You're wild too. Okay, because your point guard is Zion Williamson. And the experiment is actually not bad. You could build around him, or he could just last season was the fluke. What are you going to do with CJ? What are you going to do with Brandon? Is Herb Jones the guy? You need a center. Okay, so I have them just going the athletic route. Looks like that's what Willie Green wants to do. Kel'el Ware. Okay, I have them taking him. I actually don't think Ware is going to be a good player. I think that teams think he could be Miles Turner. I don't think he's Miles Turner. I think he doesn't really have a shot. Maybe one day he gets a shot. That would open up his game, but I think people like his length and his athleticism. I just don't like his effort. But I think New Orleans could take a flyer on him. The better player here would be Missy. This guy, for all the reasons I said, athletic, upside, all the things that they think Ware could be, Missy actually has a better chance to do it. All right, the Suns. The Suns have 3 players who are probably going to be like possibly Hall of Fame players or just super all-star players, and they got bounced in the first round. Devin Booker was their point guard. Let me help you out here, okay? I think you need to take Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is going to be that forward who can space the floor. He's not going to take the ball away from these guys, who I mean is Durant, Beal, and Booker. And he can just be a guy that can just cut off ball. He can knock down shots. He can give you some length, some lineup flexibility. This would be a great pick. The better pick, though, would be this guy, Oso Ighodaro. This guy is like a little Domantas Sabonis. Same size, same feel, playmaker. You can give him the ball, let him operate like Jokic. He's crafty around the rim. He's just a different feel than Nurkic is. And you can kind of run that small ball feel with him. And I just think that you may want to have that flexibility, given that you're paying these 3 players so much money and you really can't afford anyone else. All right, Milwaukee, you're old. All of your players in the starting lineup are over 30. Damian Lillard will be 37. Brook Lopez has been in the league, oh my goodness, for a long time. Okay, you need some youth. You need to take the scoring pressure off Giannis. This guy Bub would be an awesome pick for you if he's still available. Second choice here, I could see them taking a flyer on Terrance Shannon Jr., especially now that his court case got dismissed, and just really love his athleticism and his overall upside. I could see that happening. All right, moving on. The Knicks. The Knicks have 2 picks back-to-back. There's talk they may trade it. The Knicks are a weird team, got a kind of a weird roster. They're full of ballers. They're not overly athletic, but they're ballers. They're hoopers. They can score, okay? So they don't need scorers. They need more connective players, which is why I think this guy, Oso Ighodaro, would fit beautifully. If you saw Isaiah Hartenstein in the playoffs, actually gave them... They played better with that type of center. And Hartenstein just played hard and got offensive boards. This guy, Ighodaro, can actually facilitate and have an offensive game. He would be beautiful on the Knicks. He would be awesome. This second choice here, again, this is one of those players that I think we're going to say, how did he fall this far? Trenton Flowers. Okay, this guy's a small forward. He has some swag. He has confidence. He'll splash a 3 in your face. He just easily beats defenders off the dribble. He's super quick, super athletic, plays really high flying. Kind of reminds me of Kelly Oubre, but I just think he's going to have a better career. All right, keep going here. If the Knicks keep this, which I don't think they will, honestly, I think that someone's going to trade up for one of these players. If one of these players are still here and New York moves this pick, I think one of these players is the pick here. That's simply why I did it. Moving on. All right, Washington. Washington, don't trade this pick because you need help. Washington, you are going to draft a point guard here. If Isaiah Collier is still on the board, you get him. Because the only point guard that you have right now is Landry Shamet. All right, Isaiah Collier doesn't have to be your future point guard, but you could allow him to be a point guard for the next 3 seasons and see if he is any good. This is a low risk pick here. If he's not the pick, then this guy Bobby Klintman, he is the project you want to take on. Okay, because you're going to be bad for a few years. And Kyle Kuzma is not going to be there forever. And if you can get this guy going behind him, then you can feel good about moving Kuzma and getting something in return. It can accelerate your whole rebuild. Klintman is a forward. He can shoot right now. He's an off-ball cutter. He will dunk on you. He can run in the break. He needs help finishing. He's kind of clumsy. He needs some defensive help. But his offensive upside is legit. All right, the Wolves. Here's what I have you getting. A point guard. This guy, Tyler Kolek, he's a floor general. You need to start looking at Mike Conley's future with your team. He may have 1 or 2 more seasons. Let this guy come up under him and just work off the second unit. Let him figure out how to play in the NBA at this level, at this size, because he's a similar build as Conley. But this guy's feisty. I like this guy. I think Ant would play good with him. He's going to make Cat better. He's going to make Gobert better. He's going to get the maximum value out of these players. And if you don't take him, then you take this shooter, okay? This guy's a legit shooter, Baylor, a Shireman at a Creighton. He played 4 years, and every year his shooting percentages were incredible. So this guy would just simply be, you need to get some more floor spacing because Jaden McDaniels is not a three-point shooter. And so having that lineup flexibility will really help. All right, Nuggets. I think Bobby Klintman would be the answer, okay, for a lot of reasons. I talked about it with the Wizards at 26. Okay, you're going to have to start thinking lineup flexibility, someone off the bench. You're also going to need to start thinking about age. Aaron Gordon is getting older. He's about to turn 30, and he is a lockdown defender, but guess what? He doesn't shoot threes for you. He's a great off-ball cutter, but Bobby Klintman also has off-ball cutting skills. Okay, so you're kind of trading offense for defense here, and you want that option. You want the option to say, hey, tonight, we don't need that defense. We're playing well. I need some more offense. And you can get a guy like this in for Aaron Gordon. Or you take this guy, Jaylon Tyson, and he's just instant offense off the bench. He can be a pressure valve for Jamal Murray and Jokic when they just need someone else to create some offense. Jaylon Tyson, if he slips to 28 and you get him, this is like the rich getting richer. All right, the Jazz. Again, the Jazz, you're wild. This pick may not be here. This is one of those back-end picks. I think this draft is a draft that you're going to find some gems. Some real steals are going to get drafted here in this back end of this first round, early second round. So it'll be interesting to see who falls. So I have the Jazz taking Trenton Flowers. If you keep this pick and you get Flowers here, you are like, I'll give you a round of applause because this would be an awesome pick. You don't have a small forward. You need just talent. If you had Sexton, Dillingham, and Flowers, you have a pretty athletic first 3 spots in your starting lineup. And I think that can really get you going. If you don't take him, you need a small forward, and this Pacome Didiet, he's going to be more of a project route that you're not going to be ready to compete right away. But this guy has legit offensive skill. He was cooking Risacher in one of the film studies I was watching. He is legit, but he's going to need time to adjust to the NBA. And so you get him if you think that you're looking for a project. All right, and the last pick here. In the first round, the most likely NBA champion here, the Celtics. They're currently down 3-1 in the finals, but I still think they're going to win. The Celtics, they have a mix of young and old talent. They're in a good spot to keep this team together for the next 2-3 years and keep going after championships. But you're going to want to start thinking about developing someone behind Derek White and Jrue Holiday. The person that makes sense here is Kevin McCullough Jr. He kind of can develop into a Derek White or Jrue Holiday in terms of just being that defender, that glue guy, that pesky guy. Maybe some Marcus Smart level, just toughness to him. He does kind of everything. He really just feels like he would be a Celtic, and he would fit in well there. And he's coming from a great program. You always want players like this. And I think the Celtics, this would make a lot of sense. If they don't take him, okay, the Celtics, they shoot threes, and you go get more three-point shooters. And so this pick right here would make sense. All right, guys, that's it. I just mocked the 30 picks in the first round for you. I think the sneaky all-stars that we'll look back and see would be Jaylon Tyson, Trenton Flowers. I think that Daron Holmes. I also think Tyler Kolek. I think that those players and Carlton Carrington would be the sneaky players that can fall here. And we end up saying, how in the world did these people fall? All right.